logical. Like how does that make sense? Like how do you get there? You know what I'm saying? So these are the kind of arguments you'll hear, and it's like, no, you're not convincing me. It's just you giving an opinion and basically giving your opinion with so much confidence that I'm stupid if I don't agree with you. That's gaslighting. And another thing too, I'm not calling Joe feminine, but wasn't men realizing they're not right? All of this shit is feminine because you're telling the story in a subjective way, but you're trying to tell it. It's kind of like in the first video where I showed you the girl that had her hair all fucked up and unkempt and everything, talking about she's not attracted to a man that's unstable when she looked like she been electrocuted. Ain't no one more unstable than you. You know what I'm saying? Like her hair sticking up and whatnot. She's electric. But anyway, I'm a decent man. You know what I mean?
Decent man from the city of demons.
When she's speaking to whatever audience happens to hear her or the men she's addressing, right? She's not speaking to them with respect. She's speaking to them with a little bit of sarcasm. Like, you know, so this is how you should understand things. If you were smart, this is what you would think. If you thought like me, then this is what you would say. Or that's the tone, the very like condescending kind of, you know, you're still hearing shots be thrown, right? Anyways, let's let it play. But let's also give shit context, and don't ever let context be lost on you, because comprehension be lost on you niggas. Joe and Drake have a complicated history. No matter what, rappers are always jealous of more successful rappers than them, especially if they didn't have any of that success or comparable success. Also, Joe Budden was someone who wrote several diss tracks for Drake that he put out that Drake seemingly never responded to. What else? And also they're Eskimo brothers. They've slept with some of the same women. So allegedly Drake may have gotten with Tahiri, you know what I'm saying, or at least one of his other Johns. So they have that between them as well, and that's their business. But don't ever think that these things aren't a part of the context. I think it's a part of why Joe's willing to allegedly take that contract, because again, at the end of the day, he knows what his voice is going to do. He knows what his platform can do. All right. If you want to, because Joe was instrumental, and Joe Budden, specifically Joe Budden and Ebro, but more so the Joe Budden podcast, was instrumental in swaying the tide of that battle. If you see people that you feel as though are intelligent, well-spoken, or an established platform, and you see them getting really excited and hyped for the record, they was dancing to the shit on the podcast. Also, they were allowed to play it on the podcast. You're not allowed to play copyrighted music on the podcast. So how convenient is it that they're able to play that song and have it on the channel and not get it taken down? How convenient is that? Why? Because they were probably on the list of YouTubers who are whitelisted. So these are all facts. These are all things that you can go research, right? Whenever you try to have this conversation with people, there's no subjectiveness to it. But let me go ahead and jump ahead to what Imani said.
This is the way I look at it. Waiting for this moment, and I don't want to see none of you
and all that shit.
Too much.
So for those people that are Drake fans, observation of a bad. I don't give a fuck if we hear from this nigga never.
Listen,
Forget it, niggas dissing them, dissing the
I believe this is Imani right here, right? So what he's about to say is something that's actually mature, and what he's saying, he's talking about how people did not fairly judge all of the music. A lot of people did was listen to someone else's opinion, right? And that's when I started understanding, oh, you know what? It takes a certain level of brain power and willpower to form your own thoughts and opinions about things. And I'm not dissing no one, saying no one's stupid or nothing like that, but it does take a certain amount of power and energy to do that, and willpower. You also have to train yourself to have your own opinion. And again, listen, you could think what you think. I just know, listen, bro, like, that music wasn't it. Like, it didn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I also started realizing, okay, I identify more with whatever Drake is doing, because Drake still has motions. Drake is still making new kinds of music. He's still covering more ground. He's still fucking new bitches. You know what I'm saying? He's buying new clothes. A lot of niggas don't realize that, yo, as an older dude, you're not happy in your life because you don't have no motion. You're not having no new adventures. You don't have new goals. You're not crushing new goals and whatnot. And that's why you'll still listen to niggas like Joel Ortiz and be trying to, don't get me wrong, shout out to Joel Ortiz, right? But obviously, if I don't know his songs, right, or not many people know his songs, then the music must not be that good, and that's what that means. It's not just, yo, he underground, you know what I'm saying? It's for those who know, nigga, it's for you. You understand? But anyway, so I'm gonna let Imani cook real quick. We're gonna go ahead and close out, man. Iceman.
Family,
and all that shit.
Too much.
And I don't give a fuck if we hear from this nigga never
Yeah.
again. Go sit down. It was more than
lot was said.
It was a unbiased observation of a battle. It was more than that. So for those people that are Drake fans, they're like, yo,
who did the same thing on the other side. They would, again, that pick a side culture plays both ways.
they're like, yo, dog, don't come right.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Kendrick fans were the ones who wanted to bring up and create these narratives about Drake being basically a PDF file and being Jeffrey Epstein and everything, even though they have no court cases, no documents, no witnesses, no victims coming forward saying anything of the sort. But they were pushing the narrative of Drake is a PDF file, Drake is a culture vulture, all that shit. If you saw negative things about Kendrick, that's when people start realizing, yo, nigga, we gotta stand up and get activated. Like this is weird. This is not right. Like what is this shit? You feel me? They're trying to make the argument of no, they both did that. You know what I mean? And also no one was being unfair to Drake. It's like fam. You've never seen, I'm gonna keep making this point. You have never and you will never ever see a rapper be able to perform their diss record at the Super Bowl. It wasn't like it was like a diss record where like you can't tell it's a diss record and it's subliminal. He's calling out Drake by name. He's rapping about kids being kids getting violated and whatnot. Rapping about basically you can only be a black person if you have two black parents and you from the hood and you struggled your whole life. That's the message. And also too, y'all let this corny ass nigga really give you a performance with imageries. We'll start with imagery of Bloods and Crips. Bloods and Crips are not friends. Kendrick does not have the ability to make Bloods and Crips be friends. Those weren't real Bloods and Crips. Those were mostly gay dudes and women that was doing that dance. And Serena Williams was Crip walking. It's crazy. Y'all didn't point out how weird and freaky it is for Kendrick to be up there performing with not one but two women that Drake has had sex with, possibly. Now, somehow him and SZA was boyfriend and girlfriend, but then I don't know. But I'm just saying, you there with his two girlfriends, that bro. If how much more proof do you need? This is some loser shit.
I dick now if this nigga put out a fire project.
Exactly.
That's not their stance. I'm just telling you.
Okay. Well, to them,
Do you think that's realistic?
no.
No, I didn't think any of it was realistic, but I got clowned for that. I didn't think none of it was realistic.
I'm confused.
I thought during that particular exchange, some of the music that was being put out by both parties was good music. Niggas shitted on everything that nigga said or did.
Wait, I want to
no
be
matter how
clear.
good it was.
I want to be
niggas
clear.
dissed it.
You're not talking about up here because we celebrated a bunch of the Drake
up here
records.
too, but in general, everybody shitted on everything he said. He couldn't say nothing during that battle that got no traction or no smoke.
That's not true.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel that way.
And he did.
He
took
said
all-
that's not true. He said that's not true. Y'all niggas didn't go viral for dancing to any of the Drake records or promoting any of the Drake records. Y'all spoke positively about the records afterwards and whatnot, and y'all might have spoke on it, but fam, y'all dancing in circles to the record. Nothing says I love this song more than that, and that's your business. But saying that don't matter is crazy. Wild and crazy work, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Don't let these niggas get away with shit. Long time ago, my big bro told a story about how he and his mom went to Costco and they had something in their cart that they didn't pay for. And he said, listen, mom, take back that jar of mayonnaise because we didn't pay for that. He said, look me in the eye and said, young Kassan, don't let people get away with stuff, including your mom when she takes a free jar of mayonnaise. But anyway, man, love y'all, man. Like the video, subscribe, peace.